Welcome to the Downtown Madison Inc. Downtown Happenings podcast. I'm Jason Oster, president of Downtown Madison Inc., and we've got a great podcast happening here for you today. But we want to thank our sponsors, American Family Insurance, for all your support of the DMI podcast. American Family Insurance opened its first offices in downtown Madison in 1927, and its downtown presence continues today with the Spark Building, which is home to the American Family Insurance Institute for Corporate and Social Impact and the Dream Bank, an inspirational community space. Still based in Madison, the company's mission is to inspire, protect, and restore dreams through exceptional products, service, and community partnerships. Today, we've got an exciting opportunity with an amazing organization, the Badger Talks. If you haven't heard of Badger Talks before, they really do bring the campus to our state. They are part of that Wisconsin idea. And we've got Fran Pelayo-Moyer, the Associate Director of Outreach Programs with Badger Talks, here with us today. If you haven't met Fran, you're in for a treat. She's one of the great spirits in our community. Fran, how are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great, Jason. Thanks so much for having me on the podcast.
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, Badger Talks is a really important way to bring all of the great things that are happening at the university, the research, the discussion about current events, you name it, out into the general public. You really are the embodiment of the Wisconsin idea, aren't you?
Thank you. That is very true. And I do feel like I have the best job on campus because we cover all of campus, all of the schools and colleges, including extension, showcasing the research and the work of those faculty and staff through Badger Talks. So just really excited to share this with the downtown audience today.
But what is Badger Talks? For those that might not know about the organization and what your work is, tell us more about Badger Talks and what it really is that you focus on and how you can really spread the word of what's happening at UW throughout the community.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm just sharing my screen here so I can go over a little PowerPoint with y'all. So like you said, it is the Wisconsin idea in action, right? The whole idea behind the Wisconsin idea is that all of the work and all of the research of campus benefits the people of the state. It's just an important part of who we are and what we do as a university. And you see it resonate through all the schools and campuses, colleges. And we're just very lucky to sort of be one of the defining programs that reflects that. Badger Talks is essentially the Speakers Bureau for campus, right? Although we're not limited to just talks anymore, it includes workshops, it includes performances, but being that it was originally Badger Talks, that's just kind of how we're rolling right now. But I'll go on to tell you a little bit more about it. So there's two real components to the program. There are these hosted talks. So anybody from around the state can invite a speaker to their event or to their community organization or to their business. And we're housed currently in state relations under Crystal Potts in university relations. And we have about 430 faculty and staff that are currently registered through Badger Talks to present information and research, a lot of it groundbreaking information that's helping communities and people who are living lives currently. And the program last year served 180 talks, and we're going to be well over 200 this year. So the program's growing. The host groups will request presenters to give talks, workshops, performances that are relevant to their need, right? So it's not us necessarily pushing information out. It's us hearing, hey, we have a need in our community. Can you come help? And the program began over 10 years ago as the UW Speakers Bureau, and we rebranded. Now, with the advent of the pandemic, we obviously couldn't be going places, right? So we created the Badger Talks live stream, and that has so far exceeded our expectations. We thought we were going to just start with a weekly live stream and showcase, great work happening on campus. But now it turns out we're getting 5,000 to 7,000 views per live stream, and we're able to showcase and reach so many more people with the live stream. So it's been just this delightful series of events that happened. You see, we had Mike LeCrone on talking about the history with the Badger Band, Johannes Wallman playing piano in the Hamel, Dr. John Hawkes, professor of anthropology. He was on the cover of Time magazine, folks. Like, he's one of the leading anthropologists talking about the new pre-hominid person that they found. So it's just been really, really a fun thing. And we've tuned it down to 15-minute flash talks now. People are busy. We don't want to be doing hour lectures. This is like a TED Talk format now. And so that can be found on the Badger Talks YouTube channel and Facebook channel. There's over 100 talks out there now, 100 presentations. So I encourage you to go out and just kind of look through and see what looks of interest and give them a listen. Let's see. And then for the hosted talks, who we serve. So nonprofits, we do get requests for conference keynotes, schools, museums, businesses, organizations from around the state. They all have requested speakers. Now, for conferences, typically Badger Talks runs where it's just a thing of the Wisconsin idea. There's no fee for it, right? There are rare occasions where for conference keynotes or for requests where a speaker may be asked to be preparing a lot of information and it requires an amount of time, they might ask for a stipend, but those stipends are usually modest. And it usually goes back to their department. So just wanted to give that little caveat in there, but 9 times out of 10, these are free talks. We also have had great partnerships with some of the other programs on campus. For example, Universe in the Park, which you can see a picture here in the upper right-hand corner. That's the state parks have reached out to us and said, hey, we'd like an astronomer to come out and talk to our campers here. And then we'd like to have a star party. So they set up a telescope and there's a star party. And we already have, I think, about 15 or 16 talks in the hopper for Universe in the Park. Dean Eric Wilcox created the program, and it's really UW Space Place, Jim Lattis and Kay over at Space Place that were running this program. And they were like, hey, Badger Talks kind of has a marketing engine going. Maybe you guys could take over the administration for these. So we're really happy to partner with them. They're the brains. We're kind of the brawn for this program. Also partnering with Science Festival. Anybody from around the state can request a speaker and we can market it through the Science Festival that's coming in October. And then of course, libraries have been a fantastic partnership. I just went to a talk on Saturday at the Hedberg Library in Janesville, and Michelle Cloud gave a talk. She's a member of the Ho-Chunk Nation about, so you think you need a land acknowledgement statement is the title of the talk. Really interesting. We had a great turnout. So again, I have the best job on campus, just saying. I have a little video here.
One of the great surprises about UW and about Wisconsin when you come here is the Wisconsin idea that education should influence people's lives beyond the boundaries of the classroom, beyond the boundaries of the state, beyond the boundaries of the country. That's just very exciting to hear that spoken. The other thing that we value here at UW is diversity as a source of strength and creativity and innovation, and how understanding others who are different than ourselves broadens our worldview and makes us more competitive in the job market.
Oops, sorry about that. Next slide. It doesn't want to go away.
Just wants to go over. See, it just wants to keep giving and keep giving and keep giving. There we go.
Okay, so that quick video did also touch on the Badger Talks podcast, which has been running also for about 1.5 years now. And we've had some great candid podcasts with some of the speakers from Badger Talks. We're really excited to announce, actually first time on this podcast, that Buzz Kemper is going to be taking over the podcast for us. Buzz runs Audio for the Arts. He's been involved with so many organizations downtown. So he is just going to bring a whole new level to the podcast. We're really excited to have him. He'll be launching the first podcast with him will be on our website later this week.
Well, thank you for the breaking news, Fran. We appreciate it.
Yeah, so that kind of, and we're on all the social channels, so find us out there. You can always email us, badgertalks@uwmad.wis.edu. Visit the website. If I can just maybe really quick, let's see if I can get us to the website here. Really, oh, that's my pooch. Hold on a second. Here we go.
It's the modern world. We have 38 windows open.
Smooth transitions. The speaker catalog is super nifty to use. So if you come out here and you want to say you have a speaker that you want to learn about, I don't know, leadership or something, right? So we can go out here. Let's see. Don't even know our own topics. Let's go in here. Let's select a subcategory. Here's leadership in business. Here's 10 people that fit that category that have been assigned. So we can go and look, let's look at Moses and let's look at his bio. Here are the talks that he offers, right? He has these ready to go, formidable leadership. So I'll read a little description about it. It's really, really easy to come out here and take a look. And we'd love to engage with more businesses downtown, more nonprofits, more organizations. So please, please, please take advantage of it.
And it really is about bringing the university out into the community. And we are so gifted to be downtown, right? And to have the university basically surround us and be with us. But for those that are in Wausau or Mount Horeb or Bellevue and all these different cities you mentioned, it's such a great way, but it's also a great way for companies to get connected. I'm lucky enough to be a Rotarian, and we hear many of your speakers all of the time. Ian Robertson's going to be talking about, the future of hydrogen fuel in just a few days. We help bring the science fair into State Street, into downtown. But Badger Talks is a real way for your company or your organization to make sure you have the power of UW. Fran, so people, you mentioned right at the end, people can connect directly with you and the program to set this up, look over the catalog and make sure that, this is a match for them, correct?
Yeah, that's right. And we have a fabulous full-time coordinator, Maya Reinfeldt, who's coordinating all of the talks for us. And so she'll see the request come in from the website. There's a request form out on the website. It hits our system, and she will then connect the speaker to the host group. Oh, I say speaker, but it could also be performer or whoever, the faculty member or staff member to the host group. So yeah, it's very easy. And Badger Talks covers travel and per diem for our presenters as well.
It's all privately funded as well, correct?
We run through a grant through the Alumni Association. So, it is a grant funded program for sure. And we do also accept donations. We kind of do a pitch every couple times a year to help support the programming. And it's just been a very fun program to work with.
All right, I'm going to ask, who's your favorite kid, basically? What's one Badger Talk that you listened to that really did transform your life?
Well, I'm a musician, Jason. So I'll start by saying that. There's so many good ones, and there's some that are so impactful, but for me, some of the music ones have been the most impactful for me. Mark Hetzler gives a talk that is he's a professor of trombone, and he gave a talk about his time in India and how that impacted his playing. And then he played for us. And he manipulates the sound of the trombone with some synthesized pedals that it just makes it just unbelievable. And it's just such a fun, there's so many good ones. John Hawkes talks are also really, really interesting. We walked through vineyards with Amaya Atucha and learning how to grow. Did you know UW has a vineyard? Did you know that? There's a vineyard.
No, you're breaking a lot of news here.
Yeah, there's just so many good ones. A day in the life of a zoo vet. That was really neat too. Yeah, so there's so many really fun ones. I encourage you to sit down and look through some of the Badger Talks live talks and just enjoy.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Fran too, because Fran has been someone that has been heavily involved in downtown for years through Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra, the Monona Terrace. So thank you for continuing to give back here at Badger Talks. And what makes you excited every day to go into work?
Oh boy. Yeah, I think just learning something new that I didn't know before. And I'm always in awe of the UW as an entity as a whole. Like it just continues to give back. I think my team and I can speak for the team as well, that they really feel like it's a fun place to work and that you're always learning. That is something that we definitely look forward to.
Well, we want to learn a little bit more about you. I didn't tell you this ahead of time, but are you ready? For the
Yeah.
Fast and Furious 5, we ask 5 questions just off
Okay.
the top of your mind. Give us the answers. Does that work for you?
I'll do my best.
Are you nervous?
I am a little bit. This is exciting.
We'll make it easy. We'll make it easy. All right. What's your favorite building on the UW campus?
Ooh, I'd say the Hamill Music Center now, the brand new Hamill Music Center. It's beautiful,
Yes.
acoustically wonderful.
Amazing. And honestly, the two different venues are so uniquely different. It's really, I would highly recommend it. And it opened right at the beginning of COVID, right? So not a lot of us have had the opportunity. Definitely
Right.
have the opportunity to go.
Yeah.
What's your favorite tour on campus?
Oh, I'd have to say the cultural landscape tour, of course, because we're acknowledging the native history of campus. And it gives you a lot of reason to pause and reflect. And I'm proud of our campus for acknowledging that kind of ugly history that we've had and wanting to do better.
What is one hidden gem? You've worked on campus now for several years. What's a hidden gem that people might know about to go and see?
Okay, well, this is kind of a weird one, but I'm going to tell you. So the Limnology building is right next to Memorial Union Terrace, and you have to walk over that path. Do you know where I'm talking? To get over to the path.
Absolutely.
And there's always like a little boat there, a little research boat. It's kind of cobwebby and kind of gross. It's not like a beautiful spot, but my son is involved in that type of research too. So I reflect on the work being done there, particularly with regard to climate change. And I like that place. It's quiet, and that entrance to the path. It's just kind of a cool spot on campus.
Well, sounds like you're starting right next to the Union for your favorite building. Then what is your favorite Babcock ice cream flavor? As you're about to go on your walk around.
Oh my gosh. Now this is one, I don't eat dairy.
Oh, back when
I don't think they have a vegan
they have
flavor.
sorbets. They have sorbets.
Do that? I'm bad. I'm bad.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
haven't done that. Although I want to try the
Sorry.
Chancellor's new flavor. I've heard
Oh, the Manuki dough.
a humdinger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does sound good. Yes. Sorry, I did not realize. that you
No,
don't eat
that's
dairy.
all right.
All right, we'll
Now, if
change
you ask
subjects.
me my favorite like espresso, I could tell you that one in a second. It's
Then
Crescendo.
fine. What's your favorite?
Or no,
coffee
I'm
shop
sorry, not
downtown?
Crescendo. It's Valencia.
Oh yeah, all right. Last question. You have one day downtown with a good friend that came in from out of Madison. Where would you take them?
Oh man, it would have to be a bit of a tour. Like we would go to the top of to Eno Vino, right? Have to get the view and maybe a beverage there. And then take them through to Fromagination so they can see and get some cheese for sure. Let's see, probably like a quick jog through Momoka, and then maybe end with dinner at either like Red or Grace. That would be that'd be perfect.
And that sounds like a very, very nice Sunday. All right. Fran Pelayo-Moyer from Badger Talks. Thank you so much for being with us here today. There's more information on Badger Talks right on their website. Please engage with them. They do such a great job of bringing the university out into the rest of our community. It's a wonderful resource. And Fran is just a great, great person here in downtown. So Fran, thank you for joining us today for our Downtown Happenings podcast brought to you by American Family Insurance. We'll see you soon for our next episode. Have a great day. We'll see you downtown.